Hey guys, I'm with Trell, and I'm getting a profile of what he ran at this regional that was some time ago. What deck?
Um, it's Shaddolls,
Okay,
Clown
how'd you do
Dogs, or
with
whatever.
this?
Actually, I got my invite. My record was 5-1-2. That's 5 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws.
Oh,
Yeah.
curious. But let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
All
nice
right.
little mat. I like this one.
Yeah. Got my Taco Cat Nacho Dog. But anyway, onto the deck. Of course, you know it's Shaddolls, so your standard double Hedgehog, just double Falco, double Dragon, and a lot of people. I feel a lot of people still running one of these, but you never know if you're gonna play against a back row heavy deck. Like, and plus he's just a 1900 beater, so I feel like two just needs to be run. So double that, double Squall, and double Beast. If I had room, I'd probably run three just because I want it, but I'm glad I didn't because I never want to draw it either. So just two's enough. But that's just it for the Shaddoll engine. It's pretty standard for that. Of course, triple mathematician. They are Shaddolls. I mean, he becomes whatever you want in the deck. So, I mean, you just can't not run him. Then of course you got your clown engine. I chose to go with the ratio of 3-2-1. I was doing two. I was doing two of each. And I liked it. I did like that, but at the same time, I still wanted to see this early on, so I put it back at three. And I was still running two of this. But the thing is, I never want to see this. And this is the best ratio I could ever have because I never drew this when I didn't need it. So every time it was ever in place because I searched for it or I brought it into play when I wanted to. So it was a perfect number. I never saw it when I didn't need it. And I think Hat Trick is way better than this. Personal opinion, but I think Hat Trick is way better than this. So I'm glad I ran with it too because this is just two free summons that let me go into anything. This guy popped up more than any of them out here. Like I used the hand effect probably once and the grave effect numerous times, but like I said this was the perfect ratio. And I mean some people don't like it that way, but I'm glad I did. The one glow bulb standard if you're playing the hat trick and you're trying to make the material beast play. If you're playing against a deck that you don't have to worry about making the material beast with, where it's not a strong matchup, you're gonna side it out because you never want to draw it. And I only drew it once, but it came in handy because I was glad I had it in play because I drew like a juggler next turn and I had a shaky and a material beast on the field and I was just thug life. The one BLS is standard, of course. The one Denko Seka, all of my original builds that I played, that I tested with, did not have Denko Seka in at all. But at the last minute, probably the night before the regionals, I decided to put Denko Seka in. And I'm not gonna lie, this girl put in work. She's still Denko Rekka as she has been from the first time she was released. So I'm so glad I ran her. Um, Double Veiler, just kind of got to. Would do triple, but I don't need them. Like two is enough. I never needed more than that. In fact, a lot of times I use Veilers for like shit all cards because like it was so the format has a lot of effect monsters, but the need to negate as many effects as I thought I would just wasn't there. So this was a good number. Um, Double Maxi. Originally, this was a second Denko and a Gigabyte, but the problem I had with that is the fact that I'm just drawn into monsters at that point. Like drawn into a second Denko doesn't really advance your game state, especially if you don't need it. Whereas in this case, you can put a lot of pressure on your opponent. And this was probably the smartest move in the deck I made in general, because every time I drew this, I played 4 BA at the tournament, so every time I drew this, it was worthwhile. Like this got me so many games against BA or made them stop doing their plays just so I can make my own personal push. And I always saw it, so I was so glad that I put that in. And the last monster is one Ghost Ogre. She's probably the MVP of the hand traps. I blew up Dante's all day. And people think it's stupid to blow up Dante, but if you blow up a Dante and it no longer has material, it's not that big of a threat anymore. So, like this card was it's worth the price tag. I hate the price tag, but it's worth it. But just the one in the main deck. Onto the spells, it's pretty standard. Triple, and of course triple. If I played against something like Necros or whatever, or like or a Pendulum deck, I got sided these out. And if I played against like anything else, I probably side like one of these out. Because you want to have at least 5 in, even when you're siding, but one you don't want to see. Depending on the matchup, one of them you don't want to see. So you always want to see this against Necros, but not this so much. But it's standard. Um, the one Regeki, the one extra Shadow monster, and then the one Soul Charge. I literally never used this the whole day. Anytime I drew it, there was never a reason why I had to. Like I never wanted to actually make a play with this. I was always so offensive that this was going to slow me down. So I know for a fact that this is definitely coming out. And the deck is 41, so obviously taking this out wouldn't have hurt me at all. But I put it in just because I wanted to see if I was ever under pressure, would this help me out? But it was never needed. That's it for the spells. Traps, once again, standard. The one core, the one emptiness. Probably only drew this one time the entire tournament. And actually never needed it any other time, so that's cool. The double breakthrough. This is mainly in the deck because of diamond. I don't like Concealer Knight Diamond, but I never ran into a diamond the whole day. But just in case, that's why I ran the 2, and then the 1 torrential because people still forget that it's a card and it's just so free, and I play Shaddoll, so why wouldn't you run it? That's it for the main deck. For the side deck, the 1 Stormy Mirror Force, mainly for the mirror match. For Cosmos, even though we don't have a problem with Cosmos, just the fact that I like to send like their big beaters back to the hand because they have no plays after that. And also like I like to be funny and use it against BA to send Dante back to the extra deck too because he doesn't get an effect if he's not engraved. But never needed it like ever. Like so it's coming out, trust me. Only ran double MST. Sided them maybe twice the entire tournament. Never needed them once again. Like in fact, I never even drew them. Like they just the majority of my side deck was I'm gonna say crap, but it was irrelevant. Like I never drew these. I sided these in against my round 2 opponent, Infernoids. That's the only deck I lost to was Infernoids in round 2, and I sided these in round 2 against Infernoids, and I sided them in round 6 versus Necross, but I never drew them in either one. I'm not saying you shouldn't run them, but like I said, they were irrelevant. Same with these. Played against Ignites and Necross. Never saw him. Once again, never need them. Inferno player, he 2-0'd me, so that didn't matter. But everything else like that I could use this against, I never need a mistake. Double Fairy Wing because I was afraid more of like all the floodgates because people try to floodgate the deck. That's usually how it loses. But I never sided it in the whole day. Like it was never needed. Double Decree. I said I played against 4BA, so these winning against them. I only drew it against my round 8 opponent, and it was actually perfect because I drew it when he had like a back row full of cards. So I flipped it on his end phase and pretty much commenced to go the game from there. So I'm glad I ran the 2. The second Denko for, like I said, I played 4BA, so the second Denko was really, really clutch against all those back row. The second Ghost Ogre, once again, I'm popping Dante's all day. I even used this against my round 1 Ignite player, opponent, and surprisingly enough, when I used it, he had no extra play after that. Like it hurt him, so it actually got me game, which is really awesome. So gotta run her. And then last but not least, double Gores because once again, people forget that this is a card. This got me. I would have lost a game, but it actually got me a draw against one of my BA players. Fucking slow player, but I double Gores him. And you wonder how that's possible, but actually my Gore's on attack, and on one of his turns, then he far-footed. And he far-footed, made a Dante, and the way he did his chain links was, he made his Barbar, the last, or the first one in the link, so of course it resolved last. So I took the damage, so I dropped the second one. So I had double Gores just sitting on field, just coming in like a wrecking ball. And that's it for the side deck. And extra deck gonna be one I get shit about because like, everybody's different, they run things different ways, but like my extra deck worked exactly how I built it, so I'm so glad. The double window, I went to the window once the entire day, like literally one time, and that's only just to push for an OTK, like never for the floodgate effect. So it was just for OTK push. Like I'm not saying I'd go down to 1 because I like the fact of having 2 just in case I'm put under pressure, but 2 was good enough. Because originally I was running 3, but I only went to window one time. It was never needed other than that. Of course, Construct came out almost every game. Like I never had to go through more than 2 though. I never had to go like a lot of games put a lot of pressure on you. You're gonna run all 3. I never had to go past more than 2 in the entire day. But Construct is my bae, so like she put in work. Went to this one time, and that's only for OTK, not for, like I said, once again, not for the floodgate. I attacked against the Necross player with my Trishula. He Valk. I chained El Shaddoll into this and just proceeded for game from there. So, like once again, there was that. The one Shecky. Funny thing about Shecky is everybody knows I love my big booty bitches. Problem with Shecky is the fact that every game that I made Shecky, I lost. Every game that I made Shecky. So I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that it was just some bad planning on my part. But just the one Shecky was enough. I never needed more than one. And like I said, every game I made her, I lost. Synchros, Nutria Beast, so fucking clutch. Played against Necross, played against Ignites. I made this I 2-0'd each one of them, and all 4 games she hit the field. All 4 games and got me game. Like it was just awesome. Trish made it once, and go figure it was against the Necross player, but was able to banish stuff out from the hand, banish it out from the grave, and like just push to the OTK with the El Shaddoll. Leo made it one time. I played, you play against BA, you don't want them targeting anything, but I pretty much made it just that one time the entire day just to get Construct Grave Effect, just to play Shaddoll, just play Shaddoll Fusion and get monsters from the main deck, but it was clutch. Made Castile once the entire day, just because I was playing against Necross round 6. He had a Manju on field. I did not want him to go into a rank 4 play on his next turn because I couldn't stop it. So I just bounced his Manju back to deck. I'm glad I did because he dropped another Manju next turn. He would have had a rank 4 play. He could have got around my Deter Beast and he probably could have proceeded for game. So that was a smart play, but only used it ever once. Trapeze Magician, only used it once, and that was in round 7 where I actually got the OTK off against somebody. You guys know what it does. Pretty much it makes a monster attack twice. It's just too free. Dweller, told you to play 4 BA, so that's self-explanatory. Dweller was clutch as a bitch. Last but not least, with the last 2, was number 107 and Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon. I needed a killer out that was bigger and better than Crab King because Crab King can only take out killer one time, and or if they Veiler, you're also screwed, and you don't want to run into that because like you have no outs at that point. So I wanted something big enough, and also that's actually how I OTK'd my round 7 opponent was these 2. He had a Duntail in the field with 4 back row. I summoned Denko Sekka, make double construct, overlay. He even maxed me. I overlaid into 107, and then dropped this on top of 107. Detached the construct to blow up his Dante because it was the only monster he had on his field. Got a Shaddoll fusion back. Made this using I made this using a hat tricker and a trick clown that were on the field. And he asked what this did. I said I make a monster attack twice. I targeted that. He scooped it up. So this card was perfect. Like it helped me get over that bubble in the in the tournament. I said that's pretty much the deck, you guys. Like I said, I got 22nd place, but like I said, I had a lot of fun and probably should have done better. But I made some really really bad plays. Every game that I lost was from a huge misplay on my part. So except for Inferno, like they just beat the Inferno player just beat the shit out of me. Like he deserved that win. But other than that, like my draws, every draw that I had like was because of some misplays on my game 1 part. But that's the deck. Hope you guys like it. And like I said, got my invite, so I'm playing Jank for the rest of the format.